Hello. Hello, everyone. I am testing out streaming from my PlayStation 4 that I got about a week ago. I I had a PlayStation 3. I got it pretty much when the PlayStation 4 came out, and that was the console I used for a few years. But yeah, this is new, so I got 2K 2K21 mid-season. I'm going to be talking a bit about the NBA. Specifically, this is what I've got queued up here. We got the Sixers versus the Raptors. Um, and that's a game that's happening tonight. So I just figured we could talk about some of the players, some of the news going on. I've also got basketball reference queued. So we can go check any of the players' stats, talk about them a little bit. Do some additional research, kind of. So I think I'm gonna be playing 2K. Like, I'm not online, I'm just playing their quick mode. I already began this game, so I'll rematch. I was testing it out, but I'll start from the top. Even though I am very bad, I'm very, very, very bad because I've not played in a long while. Okay, take it up with Lowry. Let's go. Ooh. Sick and smooth. Kyle Lowry is just such a rootable NBA player. Right, taking charge. Let's take a charge at the 3-point charge. He's just, a bit beefier than some of the other point guards, and I feel like he's one of those guys that not many NBA players would want to fight, even though he's smaller than a lot of them. Like, he's got that like mad dog personality, kind of. Same thing that Pat Bev can have occasionally. But of course, Lowry is just a better player. Oh man, Jacob. Yeah, let's definitely get on 2K sometime. Yeah, let's totally stream and just talk about the players and shit. Yeah, Tobias Harris, man. So I'm a Blazer fan. And Tobias Harris was one of those interesting guys that has been brought up in CJ trains as maybe the answer for yeah, let's definitely do it then, Jacob. But as maybe the answer for the Blazers backcourt issues. I don't really buy it though. I think damn, I'm bad defense. I just don't think he's that impactful that he would do anything versus compared to CJ pretty much. But let's see. So one of the things from this NBA season that oh damn. Okay, well that just showed it. Ben Simmons is playing like a freaking madman. And you can just tell, even from 2K, you can tell how ridiculous he is. Just look at Kyle Lowry, and now look at their size difference. Ben Simmons is just as fast, with better jumping ability, and he is a different species. He's just huge. Oh damn. Just look at me next to him. He's a whole different thing. It's really weird too because the Sixers have Embiid and Simmons, right, who don't work super, don't fit as a partnership. Everyone, has kind of been saying for years, and this year it's a lot better because they've got just more of the shooting talent that they can actually play both those guys. But both those Embiid and Simmons are two of the most okay. Oh my god, this is bad. I got 1.6 seconds. But they're two of the just most freakishly athletic players, just with the most insane body types. Because Ben Simmons is just giant and defensive player of the year out on the wing, and Embiid is just ridiculously huge. I mean, come on, he's averaging 30 a game just because he can bully people, and he's got a good game around the rim, and that he's got that mid-range jump shot down, from right that range. But let's see. Does each player have different stats and strengths? Yeah, they do. Judy. So yeah, in 2K they try to So they like update the rosters throughout the seasons, but throughout the season, and they try to make it as similar to the real player like as possible. You know, so it's not just in physical look, but it's also in ability. It's like Ben Simmons, that guy, the point guard for the other team, for the Sixers. He cannot shoot. So like if I was playing as the Sixers, which honestly I could switch over at any point to the other side, but I'm not gonna do it now when I'm I'm down. But like he cannot shoot. So if I tried shooting with him like a 3-pointer, it would just like it would not go in. But if I try to drive and shoot over somebody, that's gonna work. Okay, see, I can't. Why am I trying to isolate on? Like, this is. What strategy am I using? Oh no. Damn, that was bad. Okay, I'm getting just suffocated. Oof, that was. No! I'm just getting killed by Embiid. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually how a lot of sports games work, Judy. They're kind of like, I mean, I think that's the only thing that really changes in a lot of the games, like in 2K or FIFA, is just kind of the player like the rosters and their stats. So it's one of the ways that they can get you to buy the new game, on top of the like extra elements, my career elements of the game, but. Oh, wow. Big yikes. How's the audio? Oh, it's all good, Judy. Not a lot of, a ton of people don't play sports games. I'm just like, when I play video games, which is very infrequently, I'm looking for something that I don't have to think about, and like, at very least, I know the 2K controls and shit, so I can just play it and like not give a fuck. I mean, I can kind of just like listen to music. They do. Yeah, they literally, like, a new version of them comes out every year because they, try to profit all the ways they can. I want you to buy every possible thing. But let's see if there's some other players to highlight. I turned fatigue off, I'm pretty sure. Or I tried to, okay, that was really bad defense. But just so I could kind of not worry about the tiny game things. Let's see. Maybe make a substitution. Let's go. Joel Embiid. Okay, so I'll go Kyle Lowry. Damn, yeah. Their bench is not stacked at the moment compared to those Raptor title teams. All right. One of the things that annoys me a little bit about 2K is like, in all sports games in general, is the way they'll give you like halftime shows and stuff like that who cares? like why do I need to see this? I mean, I don't really need to see this Raptor, this mascot, like hyping up fans. These are fake fans. Like, there's not even real fans. So, like, they're trying to pretend that this is, like, today's game, but there aren't even real fans at the games now. So, it's a sham. See, like, because Simmons is such a bad shooter, I can help one pass away, which, like, you should not do on the shooter. Okay, damn. Oh, yeah. We got Lynn. Damn, the spacing now. Purely awful. Post. Oh. 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 Oh no. Too clever. Okay. Beat me. Oh, see. Okay. Yeah, these. Yeah, Judy, you're correct. There are so many ads in all of sports, pretty much. I mean, like, come on, halftime shows at anything. Like, they're gonna put them up, you know, like hockey rinks. They put, you know, ads up on the billboards and do the same shit in stadiums. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm just playing. I've been playing really bad. Why did I didn't want to call that play. So now I'm just not doing good. I'll say I've not watched a ton of the Sixers. Or no. I've watched more of the Sixers than I have of the Raptors. Yeah, so for the un-NBA initiated, the Raptors won the title a few years ago, the year before last, and it was kind of a, say, like, the biggest miracle run, that kind of the biggest surprise winner in a while. Because it really has been super teams that have... Is he good enough shooter to do that? Okay, I'm gonna need to call me a timeout because this is bad. Oop, gotcha. Yeah, like, legit, just look at the Gatorade, like, logo next to the Raptors timeout. Like, it's so... But it's BS because they're gonna sell it as, like, look at how authentic, you know, this is, when really it's just like, you know, they can get more money. All about them dollars. Dollar bills, y'all. It's the dollar bills that kill. Forgot none of them have fatigue, so I can just put in this stacked roster. But, like, who do I want? Do I want to play? I don't know. Let's play Aaron Baines at center. Damn. Enjoyed him. And actually, the jersey, the picture that he's in is still in his son's jersey. It's interesting if you see that he's in the orange jersey. It's because he was on the Phoenix Suns last year, and I guess they haven't updated it, so... Maybe it's partially due to, like, the production slowdowns and making the game, right? Because COVID, like, and how everything was affected. Definitely the making of this game was also affected. Oh. See, I always do stupid fouls like that. Like, I get too greedy, and I want to steal the ball, especially when I'm down. War of attrition. No. You idiot. Jump at those ball fakes. Oop. Our boy Aaron Baines. Yeah. Aaron Baines is like... He's a player that... that NBA, like, Twitter and stuff have done a good job of memeing. God damn, come on, hit that. You gotta hit that, Baines. Like, there's Twitter pages that would just update on Aaron Baines' stats every single night. And, like, even when the stats were nothing, when he had, like... when the stats would be, like, he shot 1 of 4 field goals and had 2 points. Like, Aaron Baines for MVP. I love that the NBA does shit like that. It's just kind of... Or, like, the NBA fans do shit like that. It's pretty funny. Whoop, whoop. The real one that it was the funniest that they did that for was Thon Maker though, which I know like almost nothing about him besides his name is Thon Maker, and he was maybe going to be good at basketball, but was never actually that good. But he's Thon Mate. Oh shit! I was not gonna... I should... Okay. See how crowded the paint is? See, I'm just getting smothered. No, Baines isn't bad. No, he had plenty of good games. I mean, so the NBA, I'd say, like, now, more so than ever, is about, like, wing players and being able to play beyond the three-point line. And that's all due to, like, sports analytics and stuff. Pretty much it's just always better to shoot a three-point shot than a two-pointer, unless it's, like, a dunk or layup. So teams have started shooting a lot more threes, and, like, he's a center that can shoot threes, but he... Like, even you'll see it in the game. He's just more lumbering. He's, like, not as quick as the other guys. And Embiid, like, the center for the 76ers, like, one of the reasons he's so great is he's just ridiculous. Like, he's ridiculously agile. And, I made it anyways. He's just, like, he can play, like... I mean, Embiid doesn't really play like a wing, but he can totally contribute to playing good defense on good wings. That's also why Ben Simmons, the Sixers point guard, is so insane, is because, like, he's legit probably the leading defensive player of the year candidate right now. And he's a point guard, and it's because he can guard anyone, and he's 6'10". He's like 6'10" and has a huge, just like he's giant. He's a legit 6'10", not, in the NBA sometimes the players' heights are, like they'll say they're something, but you can clearly tell they're not that by just watching them stand next to other players. But he's the opposite. Like when he stands next to any other point guard, it's just, he's a giant next to any of them. I'm gonna find a video of Ben Simmons guarding Damien Lillard. Damien Lillard, one of the best deep shot makers. No, not one of the. He's the best deep three-point shooter in the league. I mean, he's a great player, and of course, I love him as a Blazers fan. But Ben Simmons really just took him to task. And it was kind of some insane defense. It's probably this. Let's see if this actually has the clip. Oh, yeah. One thing I need to figure out with this stream is you're probably still hearing game. Well, are you hearing game audio? If someone's in the chat, could you let me know if you're still hearing the game? Okay, great, thanks. Yeah, so anyways, this is his defense.
You've got two guys in Simmons and Embiid who dominate that lane area because of
so like Dame has the ball, Ben Simmons is just like, I mean, hey, Dame still scores on him, but like because Dame's insane, but that's great defense. He can't, like, look at how giant he is next to Dame. Oh. We can also just put on some Simmons defensive highlights too. But like, oh, just look, those arms are freakishly long and like damn. Lillard is Lillard though. He's still gonna get his. And pretty much if you stop Lillard, you stop the Blazers. It's like, just look at this play though. Look at this with a minute left. Oh my, like, what? Yeah, that is insane. There are not many guys in the NBA that can do that to Lillard, and by not many, I mean Simmons might be the one, like, that has both the speed, agility, just size to neutralize. And you can never neutralize all that Dame provides, but yeah, he's pretty insane. I'll get back to some 2K. Back to this game. I also, Judy, just I turned off the commentators audio, but normally the game has like, fake or not fake, I mean, I guess it's real commentary on like what's happening in the game as if it was being announced, because you're basically like watching the broadcast of your own game. Damn, I'm down by 10. And I'm still figuring out this game. Like, I play the game, like the 2K version I really got accustomed to was oh fuck, I was swallowed at. Was 2K16. That's what I played a lot of on the PS3. Yeah, I don't know, for another game I could put on commentary, but I find it kind of annoying and didn't really want to listen to it, so I turned it off, and I thought that would be better for me to be able to talk over it. But okay, damn. See, like, Simmons does that. Like, man, that wasn't even bad defense, and I just got crushed. Oh, why did I shoot that? Deep too. Ooh. The NBA is just the best. Oh, damn. Red Van Vliet. Trying to guard Embiid. That's not gonna go good. Not gonna go good. Because there's no fatigue, I'm getting like literally, I'm getting no minutes without Embiid, Simmons, and Harris, which is just like blows, because they're just like, their starting lineup is great and they've got great depth, but it's just the Raptors cannot talent-wise match up. So me also being bad at the game just makes it not great. But the Raptors are just one of those infinitely rootable teams. Like, this year, somehow, even without a crazy talented roster, they're still, I think, 16 and 15. They're like above 500, and that is incredible. Like, really, I mean, I guess they're in the East, so they're in like the weaker conference where they generally have like easier teams that they play more frequently. Like, just like, a bit easier matchups, but like, it's still impressive. Being above 500, you know, is like, you know, that's takes. It's not easy. Especially without top tier talent, because, like, you know, if you compare this Raptors team to, which, I mean, this is ridiculous, but I guess, hey, a potential first round matchup for them, like the Nets. I mean, the Nets just have, like, in James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, they would have the best 3 players on the court. And that is just such an advantage. Like, with any of those 3 players, but especially with, like, KD and James Harden, you've already got a good regular season team. Like, you've already got an above 500 team. And that's kind of what can be crazy about basketball, too, is, like, individual players can legitimately have that much of an impact. Like, oh my gosh. The Blazers, you know, my team, that, like, only reason they're, not the only reason, but, like, the reason they've been good is because Damien Lillard. And, like, without Damien Lillard, they'd just be, like, a different, like, they would just not be as it'd be a different team, you know, like they'd be losing a lot more, and their franchises past decade would have gone very differently, both in terms of wins and losses, but just also the decisions they were making, because, like, we'd be a bottom feeder in the league, where at this point I think it's up to 9 years. I think the Blazers have been to the playoffs for 9 straight years. Like, I think the entirety of Lillard's career. Maybe 8, maybe missed it the first. But yeah, it feels like this Sixers team could finally be the one to have some playoff success, but it's still difficult because, so, like, the Sixers as a team, they've been very talented, and, like, for a while. Oh, hey, hey, Claire. Thanks for saying this is cool. But yeah, the Sixers have been a very talented team, but they keep on losing in the playoffs, and they haven't really made that, like, they haven't played in the NBA Finals, and I'd say that's generally the bar of, like, a high success. I don't even think they've made it to the Eastern Conference Finals of this group. Wait, because against the Raptors, I'm gonna need to check that. I'm gonna need to verify all that at the end of the quarter. See, I'm an NBA fan. I'll put on games, watch it. I don't have the history down 100%. Like, I can't remember, you know, every series for the past, you know, fill in the blank years. Where, like, my roommate he's a Nets fan, and he's like that type of NBA fan. Like, I'll maybe have him on if I do another one of these. He doesn't like 2K, like, just as a game, but he knows so much about basketball that it could be a fun, like, ridiculously in-depth conversation. Like, legit, you know, my roommate Lucas will just tell me about, like, a random team's pick and roll coverage, and, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, I mean, it's not, like, above me. I was just like, I don't know that. Like, I get it, but ooh, no. Okay, I'm down by 10. Let's see. Do I got it? No, I doubt it. Ooh. Yeah. Really, though, I didn't think about how having fatigue off would just make playing as the Raptors rough. But no, these teams have, like, probably the 76ers have this, unless, like, this game, unless there's any injuries that I'm unaware of. Like, the game tonight, I mean. Not just this game I'm playing. But they're playing at, like, 6:30 Central Time. And probably, like, the 70... I, 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 But I'd guess maybe like Sixers by 4. I mean, they're on the road, so maybe 3. I don't know. Yeah, Judy, yeah. My prediction, I mean, I think the Sixers will likely win if there aren't any injuries I am unaware of, but I think that those injuries should be updated in this roster, because like in 2K basically. I mean, it's kind of what's happening here, like the Sixers are just bigger, more athletic, and have ridiculous defense. But the Raptors definitely have a shot. That's the thing. They're just such a well-coached team, and they also do play really good team defense that it's just they really, if the other team is missing shots, especially, they can find ways to stay in games with anyone. And so the Sixers are not see, that was a gimme foul, but like the Sixers are not an elite shooting team by any means. Like having your point guard not be a shooter is a big detriment. Now Ben Simmons is like kind of a unicorn in a sense, because his other talents are just so special and he's such an amazing passer too, that it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter that he can't shoot, really. Like he'd be insanely good if he could. Like he'd honestly be one of the best, if not the best player in the NBA, if he could just have an average jump shot. And so like basically he hampers their ability to be a good shooting team pretty significantly. But in the offseason, the Sixers made some good moves to, like some good free agent moves to pick up some pieces that add shooting talent. Yeah, Judy. They the game updates rosters throughout the season, like pretty much constantly. I'm trying to think if there's any notable players missing from this game. I guess I can just go check. Oh, whoa. Okay. See if I go. Let's see if it'll list the injured. Nah. See, no one's out. Like, they'd list. Wonder if they're gonna list the do not participates. I don't know. But yeah, they should update all that. It sucks because like, I mean, now I'm just talking on my Blazers, hey, but the Blazers are just so injured. Like they're missing 2 of their best 3 players and another important like depth piece in Zach Collins. Ben Simmons is out though. I mean, even without fatigue, he's coming back in. Okay, there is if I really start making my shots, I could do something. So let's see. No, nah, that was not good. Boop, 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 boop. Anuobi. I haven't even talked about Siakam much. I'll call a timeout. Yeah, so Siakam is like supposed to be, I don't know, I'm trying to, I think that's accurate, like supposed to be their up and coming, like maybe next star type sort of guy. I mean, just if you look at the players' overall rating, you can kind of tell. So like 2K lists Van Vliet as the Raptors' best player in terms of rating at an 87. he's been having a very good year. Siakam has not yet lived up to the idea of him being like a truly elite player. He isn't a good enough of a shooter or like big and strong enough to just dominate every matchup, where like other guys in the Siakam mold are just a bit bigger or a bit better shooters, or fill in the blank, like just better at whatever skill, like pretty much at any like of the most important basketball skills. He's still good, of course, like he can do that. He's still a very, very good NBA player. He's just I don't know, and I don't think he's gonna be like an elite, like a top 20 type NBA player, top 10 even, because people thought that the potential was like, top 10 player. He's not going to be that unless he just adds a lot more to his shot, I think. He's just going to need to be a better jump shooter. Which, for those that's not super initiated in basketball, it's kind of interesting because shooting is like a skill that you can teach, but not reliably. Like, so that's why a guy like Ben Simmons, when I say that if he adds, like, if he could be a better shooter, that he'd, yeah, the crowd's not happy because I'm letting them down. But yeah, if he could be a better shooter, that he'd be like an MVP type player. I mean, he's definitely working on it. I'm not saying that Simmons is like a bum who, hasn't worked on his jump shot. Like, no, of course, he's had trained professionals, work with him on it all, for hours a day for years. And sometimes it just clicks and sometimes it doesn't. So it's one of those very interesting qualities when it comes to scouting NBA players, because like some players like can improve their jump shot to an insane amount. Kawhi Leonard, actually, who is one of the best players in the NBA, and he was on the Raptors when they won the title 2 years ago. But Kawhi Leonard is like an example of a player that became elite because his shot improved so much. Like he became like a 40% 3-point shooter, which is very, very good, and he's just so strong, and his body is so great for basketball, and he can just get to where he needs to go, and he's got such great balance that he can sort of get off his like short jump shot with consistency, and because he's a good shooter now, like not because he's like great at that shot, it's in crunch time, it's kind of like unguardable to an extent. And when it comes to the playoffs, especially, NBA defenses are just so locked in that being able to just create offense, like being able to just get a shot and get a good opportunity at points quickly, is so valuable. So that's one of the reasons that this Sixers team hasn't been as good in the playoffs, is because their best players haven't yet been elite shot creators. Like, they're kind of, I don't know, Ben Simmons creates a lot of shots through his passing, and through just the threat of him as a huge guy going to the rim. He can get a lot of great passes, and set teammates up that way, but he doesn't have much of an isolation game. Thing is, it could totally change with Simmons, with Embiid. There's center right there who's on fire currently. Damn. He is, like, he's just so, he's so good, and he's playing so well this year that he could be that player that just creates offense for them when necessary. Critics have said that, or like, I think the devil's advocate to that would be that, like, it's just harder to get players like Embiid the ball sometimes. I mean, just because he doesn't bring the ball up the court. Where like a guy like Ben Simmons, because he is the point guard, he dribbles the ball and he can just initiate a fast break immediately. And players that can do that are just more valuable in today's NBA. So like, It is strange though, because we thought that wing players were really the most important players, but this season it's been all about centers. Like two of the candidates that were leading for MVP for a lot of the early season were Embiid on the Sixers and Nikola Jokic on the Nuggets, who is just this insane passer. Like legitimately, like just the best passer in the NBA as this 7 foot tall Slavic guy who's just hilarious. Yeah, Jokic is the best. Oh well, that was a game. That was a game. I lost by 9 points. Cannot say I'm happy in my performance, but I can also not say that I am surprised. So sometimes that's just how it goes. Yeah. I think I might just close up shop then. Got class in 30 minutes, so but hey, I think I'll do this again. Seemed like people were kind of interested, and it'd be fun. I think there's people that would want to play with me. Yeah. Sweet. It was great hanging out with y'all, and talk to you later.